Oh, yeah.
Okay, so today we are going to start our topic of AQA computer science, and we are dealing with number one, programming. In programming, today we are going to start the topic of library routines. Like once we are going to perform or to make any program, in our program there are different statements, there are different functions, there are different formulas used in our program. So that formulas are already stored in the program library. Just like we visit a library and there we saw thousands of books of every subject, just like that in computer program there is a library, and in that library all the functions, all the formulas, all the things are already stored for the user. So if any user wanted to use anything, any specific calculation, any specific formulas, any specific function, they need to call that particular things. So the place where all these things are resided, stored, is called a library routine. Is that clear or not clear? Yes, Isa, are you there?
Oh, it's clear, sir. Sorry, I was unmuted. I was, yeah, muted, so.
You need to give attention, right? This is a very important topic. Okay, so let me but zoom in. Okay, so many programming languages develop systems include library routines that are ready to incorporate into a program. I told you that the library routines are the place where all the formulas, instructions, statements are stored, right?
Mm-hmm. Sir, but what is the actual uh definition of libraries?
Sorry,
What's the actual definition of a library routines?
what is the
The actual definition.
actual definition is right there. Let me tell you, just let me finish it and then I'll tell you. Okay, these routines are fully tested and ready for use. Like whatever we wanted to store in the program, whatever we wanted to do in the program, it's already stored in the place. Actually, library routine is a place. In that place, all the statements, all the functions are stored. And whenever we wanted to call that, we can call them anytime in the program. ठीक है ना? अच्छा. Let's see further. These routines are fully tested. Like once they are going to be stored in the program library, we need to test all the functions, all the formulas, all the things. So a program IDE included a standard library of functions and procedures. So in any program, there is a library which stores all the functions, all the procedures, all the formulas, all the mathematical calculation, and that place is called a library routine, right? So these standard library routines perform tasks such as input, output that are required by most programs. Okay, whenever we are going to make any program, we need to input the statements. After input, we need to print out that statements. So all the input statements, all the output statements which are using formulas, which are using any specific function, which are using any specific calculation, taken help from the library routine. So first you need to write down the definition of library routine from the screen, and then I will proceed. Do it now. Once you done, I'm waiting. Okay. Next thing is library routines consist of two things. I'm just writing library routine. Library routine. ROUTINE. Okay. Library routine have two things. First thing is called functions, and the other thing is called procedure.
Yes.
Functions and procedure. So these are the two things, right? So now we are going to start this thing, functions and procedures type. So let's see on the next page. Let me tell you
Mhm.
first functions, because you called it functions, you need it. This is function. Okay. Now,
Yes.
as you know, in programming, you need formulas. You know,
Yes, sure.
if I'm going to give you an algorithm to write down the temperature in Celsius or in Fahrenheit. So for that Celsius and or Fahrenheit, you need a formula, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. That formula is already stored in a place called library. So once we are going to declare that formula, we need to return that formula. Return means enter. So let's see how function work. When writing an algorithm, there are often similar calculations or tasks to perform that make use of same group of statements and always produce an answer. Like if we are going to make an algorithm, in that algorithm we need to do some calculations and we need to put the formula multiple times in the program. So definitely our coding becomes extensive, lengthy, and if you're using formula multiple times, definitely it will get complicated. Like if I'm using temperature formula 5 times in a program, so you said, sir, we are using the formula again and again. Is there any way to use the formula one time and we can call it multiple times? For that thing we use functions. So you can see similar calculations or tasks performed that make use of the same group of elements, always procedure and answer. Instead of repeating these statements every time they are required, many programming languages make use of subroutines or named functions. So the functions are the technique which we applied one time in a program, like any formula one time. And if we need that formula again in the program, we can return the function again and again. Return means
So their functions, they basically save time and storage for the user when
yeah,
running the program.
that's
So
the
like instead of
yeah.
yeah, so like let's say you want to like print out a
No.
statement.
Don't read, don't write anything. I will give you the time. First, let me complete the
Yeah,
topic.
yeah, yeah, I don't write anything. I just want to like give
Okay.
you an example, like if it's correct.
Yeah.
Like let's say you want to like print out a statement multiple times throughout the
Yes.
code.
Yes.
Instead of saying print, sorry, try again, print, sorry, try
No,
again,
no, no. It
you
it
can just
it, it, it can't work with the print. There is a
yeah,
it
yeah.
can't
I
work.
said instead of
It,
I
is,
said
it
instead of
always
writing.
works with the formulas. It works with the formulas. Let me finish and then you will clear
Yeah,
everything. Just give me a second. Okay. So a function always returns a value. Returns means enter the value. Returns means execute the value. It is defined once and can be called many times within a program. So this is my basic point. Like we declare function one time and we can call it multiple times with the help of return. So how do we do this? Let's see the syntax. How do we write the function statement? Let's see. You can see here we are using a function word itself and we use a variable here. Identifier means variable. We need to declare a variable here. And then we need to return the data type here. Like the variable we are using, it definitely have a data type. Like if I'm using a variable name. So can you tell me what will be the data type for name?
the function identifier returns
No, dear name.
that
This
type.
is my variable. Just suppose this is my variable name. Can you tell me what is the
Mm-hmm.
data type for name?
It's a
Isa. Like your name
input.
is Isa. So what is the data type of Isa?
Oh, Isa is a string.
It's string. That's the perfect thing. Okay. So once you return the data type, you need to write down the statement, whatever you want, and then you need to end the function. This is the syntax how to write the function. This is the syntax. Okay. Now I'm giving you an example. Okay, let me clear it first. And then you can see I'm using a formula here. The formula is the Celsius. So I write function here, just like we did here. You can see here, function. And then I'm going to use a variable identifier. This is variable identifier. We use a Celsius variable here. Celsius, it is a temperature. Okay, so we need to declare that it is temperature. And the temperature is in a form of real data. Like temperature, let's suppose I'm asking for the Dubai's temperature today. You said, sir, it's 43.2 or 43.0. So real means the decimal values. So temperature is a data type with a real one. It returns the real value. Like if anyone is going to input 34.0, this is a temperature, right? I input. Then I need to use return. Return means execute. Execute means what execute? You are going to input 34 temperature value here. And then you need to apply the formula here. Whatever the formula is, this formula is already stored in library routine. And once you execute it, you return it. Return means execute. And once you execute it, the answer will be on the screen. Answer will be on the screen, and then you end the function. So you learned that we use Celsius as a variable. Celsius is a temperature. We know this thing, and the data type of temperature is real. So we need we wanted to execute a real value in our answer. So once we input 34.0 temperature value as a Celsius, so it uses this formula temperature minus 32 divided by 1.8. This is a temperature value for the Celsius. Formula for the Celsius. This formula is stored in your programming language. So once you execute it, you will find out the answer. Whatever the answer is, like 34 minus 32 becomes 2, 2 divided by 1.8. What will be the answer? It will be displayed right here. So this is called function. So did you get it? There is no print sign. There is no input. We cannot use function for print input. We use function for entering any particular formula. Got it, Isa?
Okay.
Okay. Now take out your notebook. You need to write everything, whatever is on the screen. Instead of writing, okay, fine, write everything. You need to cut it short if you want, okay?
Okay.
So now the topic is procedures. When writing an algorithm, there are often similar tasks to perform that make use of the same group of statement. Functions and procedures both are same. You need to remember one thing, that both are same. In functions, what we learned that once we use function one time, we can use it many times. So the same thing is in procedure. You can see in procedure, instead of repeating these statements every time they are required, many programming language make use of subroutines called procedures. So the same definition used for procedure and for the function. So what is the difference? I will teach you. A procedure is defined once and can be called many times. Same we have done in function right here. You can see. So both are same. So there must be some difference. Let me see. So how do we write procedure? This is a syntax of writing procedure. In procedure, we declare variable, and then we need to write down statement. Did you notice something change in procedure on statement?
The indentation.
There's no
return.
Yeah, that's perfect. So there is no return. So in procedure, you just declare the variable, and then you need to write down statement, and then you need to end the procedure. So how do we do this? Let's see an example here. Okay, first thing, in procedure, you need to call the things. Like if you are going to declare any procedure, you need to call the things, and it is entirely different than functions. So let me teach you. Just hold on a second. I'm just erasing.
Sir, why don't people just use procedures instead of functions?
Yes, yes. I will teach you this thing. You will get your answer. Okay. The procedure can be then called many times. You can use call and you can write down the identifier. The identifier which we use here, we can use it with the call right here. So once you call the identifier name, it will print on the screen. But how does it work? Let's see. First, we write down the procedures were here and variable. This is our identifier. Stars is an identifier. In stars, you need to declare the number. Like you need to input number here. And the data type. Of course, the number is in integers. So how many numbers you wanted to print? 5. Let's suppose 5. So you apply for counter 1 to number. So number means
numbers.
put 5 here. Okay.
Mhm.
Output static. Static means the static will be output how many times? 5 times. Because we inputted 5 times as a number. Look. Then next counter, the counter involved 5 times. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, yes, sir. He's using a for loop.
And then
So it's repeat for a certain number of times.
And then we end the procedure. This is the variable stars. In stars, we input a number 5. We want 5 stars. And then we apply counter loop and then we get. So if we wanted to use this star variable again and again, we need to call variable stars. So once you call stars, you will get 5 stars. Like this.
5 stars.
Right? So this is how you need to you need to just input the number of inputs like 5, 10, 15, whatever you want. Okay. So now take out your notebook. You need to write down procedure definition from here till here. And then you need to write down this syntax. And once you're done, you let me know. I will scroll down. Right? So if you are using any procedure, any function that are known as subroutines or library routines, we already know this thing, isn't it? Okay. So let's see. This is an example. As we know that in subroutine or library routine, we are using the function circle area. We wanted to find out the circle area and we are taking a variable radius here. Circle area with a radius. Okay. Okay. In a area of a circle, do you know the formula of area of a circle? That is pi r square. This is the area of a circle. We know that, isn't it?
Yes.
So what we are going to perform? We are going to perform the formula. As I told you, functions works on the formulas. So first we are going to declare the function. Like you write subroutine here. Instead of subroutine, you need to write function here. You need to write function here. I'm writing it. Just a second. I just make an arrow here and I'm writing function. That's function. Okay. So you need to write it down instead of subroutine. Okay. Function area circle. This is our variable. This is circle area of our variable. I just make a box over it. And this is a radius. This is a value you need to put. Why? Because you know this pi value is fixed. So the only yes, 3.142. So the only thing you need to input is a radius. So radius will be the value which will be returned, right? Okay. So the formula is area is equal to pi r square. So I'm writing the constant pi, value is 3.142. Then we write the formula area is equal to pi r square. And then we need to return area because in area we have the whole formula pi r square. So once we wanted to print the area, the return will work for the print, like execute. You know that print statement? We use print in order to execute the answer, isn't it? So in function, we did not write print. We write return as we have discussed. And then we need to end the function. So instead of writing subroutine, you need to write again function here. I just make an arrow. So this is an algorithm that returns a formula. So we have done two algorithms, one for the temperature formula and one for the pi. So take out your notebook and please write it down.
Okay.
Oh, great. So now we are going to perform the same algorithm on the Rapid to see practical working. How does it work? So I'm going to open my Rapid. Oh my goodness. I'm going to share my screen with you soon. There we go. We are on Rapid now. So I'm going to start the coding. Then I am going to create new program here. So its name is function, right? Function. I think my screen is shared, okay? Create Rapid. Yes. So in Rapid, we are going to apply the method how to declare functions. And we do some practical. It's loading. It's taking some time. Okay, first we need to write DEF. Define circle underscore area. So it's loaded now. So DEF circle underscore area. And then we need to write down radius because radius is the value in which we wanted to enter the data. Radius. Then enter. I need to write down column, I think. One here.
Left circle area radius.
Radius, then column. Okay. Then we need to use the value of pi. As pi is a constant, so
what was that?
pi is equal to 3.142. This is the value of pi. It's constant. So we just need to write it down. Pi, P-I, pi. It's not P-I.
Pi.
Okay. Then we are going to write down the formula of circle. Area is equal to pi r squared. So area is equal to pi r square means you need to write down twice a time square. Right? And we need to print it. So for printing, we use return area. So I'm going to execute this program now. Oh my goodness. Return outside function. I think we have to write.
Yeah, you have to return the circle area.
Yes. So circle underscore area. Much better option.
Facts.
I'm executing.
Yes, sir. Line 4,
one
circle area.
They are saying
Sir,
syntax.
Sir, go to line 3. Go to line 3 and right instead of area, write circle area. See what happens.
Yes. Instead of writing, okay, let me do it short. Like I use define, and now I'm so let's see. No, saying return area. Okay, let me do it like circle underscore area.
So delete. Okay.
Circle underscore area. And then circle underscore.
Sir,
have you done it?
Sir, I think you have to put circle underscore area in brackets. I don't know.
Text error return. I think we need to write down. It's saying return R-E-T. R-E-T-U-R-N. Return area. Just a second. Circle. Circle. C. Invalid syntax. Circle. I need to write down C capital everywhere. Let's check it. Circle here. Circle here. Area is a pi r square. Have we get the answer?
So try putting circle area in a bracket.
You said no, it's not there in the book. Okay, just a second. Okay, syntax error, line number 1. Okay, let me clear line number 1. Like if you are not going to declare it, like I'm going to declare radius is equal to input enter radius. We need to declare the data type as well. Radius is equal to float, no, real. Then input. Then we need to write 2 brackets. And
So you also have to put quotation marks in enter
area is equal
radius.
to pi r square. So instead of r, I need to write radius.
So you have to put quotations in enter radius.
Right?
So you have to put quotations in enter radius. Can you hear me? Sir?
Yeah, I'm doing.
Yeah.
So line number 4 again, it is calling. Okay, yeah.
Return with a small
area.
r.
Instead of circle
Return-
area, I'm taking area only. So area is equal to pi r square and return area.
Return with a small r.
area. Area. So why does it using it like small?
So try return with capital R. Let's make it lowercase r, and then put brackets around area.
You want this?
Yeah, and then put make it small r.
Small r. It's already small.
No, return has to be small r.
Okay, yes. Written with a small r. Push.
Okay. Now,
Send me your picture as well. Send me your work picture as well. Written outside function.
Return outside function.
Written outside function.
Why is it like?
I'm not taking return as a function. It is
I
a
like this.
syntax return function.
Nice, like this.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
You have to solve this.
Return outside function. Convert a string or number to a floating point number. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me check float. Fine. Again, writing return. Have you sent me the picture?
No, sir, I'm waiting for you to do it.
And then why don't you try by your own? You have to try by your own. Maybe you did it. Because it's not taking functions here.
Okay, watch. I'll try.
Okay, do one thing. Try in your homework, right? And then send me the picture because our class time is up. So inshallah ta'ala catch you tomorrow. Okay?
Okay.
Take care. Goodbye. Try it in homework. This is your homework.
Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thanks.